Hi, I'm Jill, and welcome to Fertility Yoga. In this special bonus, we're going to flow together as we focus in on our breath and live in a way that creates a healthy, loving, and welcoming home inside your body. You'll need one blanket and 2 blocks. If you don't have a blanket, you can always use a towel from home, and if you don't have blocks, you can always use a book to substitute. Let's get started. We'll come into a comfortable seated position. And if you're feeling a little tight in the hips, we can always just take a blanket and we'll sit on that. Just making sure you come onto your sit bones. And close your eyes. Relax your face. And allow the muscles around your eyes to soften. And begin to seal your lips, engaging in your ujjayi breath, creating a slight restriction in the back of the throat as you inhale through the nose and exhale out through the nose. For my kids' yoga, I call this the Darth Vader breath. We'll take one hand over the belly and then the other on the side of your ribs. And bring your attention to your hands. As you inhale in through the nose, can you feel your hands lift? As you exhale, can you feel them fall? Bring both hands now to belly. Inhale in through your nose. Exhale out through your nose. Take your hands up to your heart center. And again, bring your awareness just to your hands, breathing only into that place. As you inhale, can you feel your hands ever so slightly lift? And as you exhale, feeling them let go. Leaving one hand over your heart, can you take the other hand down to your navel? And as your heart opens, allow light and energy to flow down all the way to your navel, all the way to your pelvis. And in your mind's eye, seeing the color red and pink flowing and ever expanding. From your heart to your pelvis, allow the energy to continue to rise and flow. As you place both hands on your belly, begin to feel this light filled with divine love and gratitude. We'll make our way onto all fours, coming into a tabletop position. If you used a blanket, you can just place that off to the side. So coming into a tabletop, we'll stack our shoulders over wrists, knees hip distance apart, spread your fingers wide, and press yourself away from the mat. We're going to drop our belly, draw our heart through our arms as we come into cow pose. Exhale into cat pose, like a Halloween cat, as we round our spine and really press yourself away from your mat. Inhale into cow. Drawing those shoulder blades down and away. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the tailbone and look back into your belly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We'll come back to tabletop and just begin to kind of shake it out, waking up our spine. We'll come back through center, coming into pelvic circles. You're going to imagine that you have a wall behind you, and you're going to take a red paintbrush, and you're going to use your pelvis to create red circles going in one direction. Really isolating this part of your body, focusing in on your pelvis. And then as you get a little bit more into it, if you'd like to open up and allow your neck and head to join you, you can. Reverse directions. Waking up our pelvis, our root chakra. This is our foundation. Again, come back through center. Coming into hip circles. We'll take the hips all the way back over to the right, all the way back, and over to the left. As you shift forward, and then shift over to the right, back to the left, coming forward. Now making it a fluid motion as you allow your breath to move you. Reverse directions. Exhale as you press back. Inhale as you come forward. Come back through center. And we're going to come into my favorite pose, happy puppy pose. You walk your hands out in front of you, drawing your forehead all the way down to your mat as your pelvis stays up in the sky. Press back into child's pose. Again, if your hips are a little tight, we can take our knees out to our sides as our arms reach out in front of us, drawing your forehead down to the mat. Now, this is your pose, and if at any time during your practice you want to skip a pose because it doesn't feel good, or you just want to rest, come into this pose. This is your practice, and you listen to your body and what feels good for you. Press yourself up into tabletop. Inhale the right arm up to the sky, and exhale, thread it through, coming all the way down onto that right shoulder, and your right cheekbone comes down to the mat. If binds are in your practice, you can take your left arm and reach it behind you as you try to hold on to your thigh. Remembering to breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. If you took a bind, begin to release that hand back down to your mat. And we'll press ourselves back up to tabletop. And we'll do the other side. Inhale that left hand up to the sky. Exhale, thread it through all the way down, bringing your left shoulder down to the mat, left ear. And if you took a bind on the other side, go ahead and take a bind here, reaching that arm back. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Release that hand back down to the mat if you took a bind. We'll press ourselves back up to tabletop. Tuck our back toes, press back, downward facing dog. This is our first downward facing dog of our practice. So take a moment just to do an internal scan and notice if there's anywhere tight in your body. You may feel your hamstrings a little tight. So begin to pedal out your legs, bending into one knee and then the other. And begin to settle into your heels and drawing your navel up and in. To our hands and walk our feet all the way up to the top of our mat. And we'll keep a slight bend in the knees as we grab onto our elbows and maybe shake the head yes, shake the head no. And then slowly begin to straighten those legs and rocking from side to side like a pendulum. We'll inhale up to a flat back, finding length along the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up to Ardha. Exhale, Uttanasana. Take a slight bend the knees as you inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to belly. Taking a moment here to breathe gratitude into your body. Inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale up to Ardha. Exhale, take the right leg all the way back and stay here as you bring your left hand into the inside, coming into a runner's lunge. As we get into our hip flexors and our psoas, and we're gonna move ever so slightly, just maybe forwards and backwards, not a bounce and not swinging. They're tiny micro movements. And then begin to find your center. And excuse my hair. It is a very windy day when I decided to film this. And then we'll take that left leg back. We'll shift forward into plank, chaturanga. Press yourself up into upward facing dog, making sure that you roll those shoulders back. For my kids, I talk about the turtle coming out of its shell. And then you exhale, press yourself back, downward facing dog. Look to your hands and you can hop, step, or float yourself to the top of your mat. Inhale up to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slight bend the knees. As you inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands to belly. Breathing into gratitude and light. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up to Ardha. Exhale. We'll take that left leg back, coming into that runner's lunge, bringing both your hands to the inside of your right leg, and making very micro movements as you're moving forward and back. Again, not bouncing, no swinging. We want to protect our ligaments. And then begin to settle in, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Press that right leg back, shift forward into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. And you press yourself up, lifting your thighs and knees off your mat. And then press yourself back, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up, bend the knee, and we'll do some hip circles. Reverse direction. Square the hips, and then we'll exhale, draw that foot all the way through to meet your hands, coming into crescent pose. We're going to keep the back leg strong, heel off the mat, and inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Keep that left leg strong and firm as you lengthen your tailbone towards the floor. Reach back through your left heel. Bring your palms together to prayer and begin to twist to your right as you hook your left elbow to your right knee. And as you hold this twist, can you still begin to take those deep diaphragm breaths all the way down to your pelvis as you detoxify your body? Inhaling in through the nose and out. Come back through center. We'll bring our hands down to the mat. Look to your back heel as you pivot it down. And we're going to inhale, sweep the arms up to warrior two. Checking that your front heel is in line with your back arch, bending into that front knee, drawing that energy up and in. Begin to straighten your front leg as you keep your toes pointing forward and send your left hip back to the mat as you reach your fingertips forward. Now when you can reach no more, you're going to come all the way, bringing those fingertips down to the mat. Now I'm going to use a block, so if you have a block or a book handy, place that on the outside of your foot and hand comes down to the block, reaching the other arm straight up to the sky. Now the tendency here is for our body, our side body, to collapse. So we want to keep that long. We'll bend back into that front knee, coming into warrior two. Strong energy through the fingertips. Cartwheel the arms down to your mat. Remove the block to the side if you used it. Shift forward into plank, chaturanga. Inhale up to upward facing dog. And exhale using your core as you press yourself back, downward facing dog. Inhale that left leg up to the sky. Bend that knee, getting into those hip circles in one direction, and then reverse. Square the hips, and we'll exhale, draw that foot all the way through to your hands. Crescent pose, sweeping the arms up overhead. Hip bones point forward, tailbone down. And be sure not to flare your ribs out. I sometimes have a tendency to do that. So you really want to draw them down and into your torso, as if you have a corset on. Draw your palms together to prayer. And we're going to twist to the left, hooking that right elbow into the outside of your left knee. Keeping that back leg strong. And remembering to take full deep breaths while you're in this deep twist. Come back through center. Drawing your hands down to your mat will frame that front foot. Look to your back foot, and we're going to pivot the heel down, cartwheeling the arms up into warrior two, bending back into that front knee. And take a moment just to check that knee, making sure it doesn't dip into your body. You want to press that away. Begin to straighten your front knee, keeping your toes pointing forward. And you kind of want to push that hip back like you've got attitude. And then you're going to reach your arm all the way forward until you can reach no more. Come on down. Now, again, I'm going to use a block. And I'm going to place my hand on that block on the outside of my foot and reach my arm up. Can you press the thigh bone straight back into your hamstring, while you lift your inner thigh up into your groin and away from your mat? Slowly bending back into that front knee. We'll bring our arms back up into warrior two, gazing over your middle finger. Cartwheel your arms down, framing your front foot. We'll remove the block off to the side and chaturanga, or meet us in downward facing dog. You can always skip chaturanga. Again, always do what feels right for your body. And take a moment here in your downward facing dog just to check in and notice how this downward facing dog feels compared to your first down dog. Do you feel a little bit more open? Shift forward into plank. And slowly, can you lower all the way down to your belly? I'm going to take you into our peak pose, which is Dhanurasana. But before we do that, I'm just going to have us warm up our spine a little more. But in Dhanurasana, we're going to stimulate the reproductive organs, improve digestion system, improve blood circulation, and it also relieves stress. It does so much good for our body. So let's lengthen our arms out in front of us, and we're going to inhale, lift the arms up and the legs and thighs off the mat. Exhale, lower. Again, we'll lift the arms and the thighs and legs off the mat, kind of like you're Superman flying through the sky. That's what I tell the kids in my kids' yoga classes. And we'll exhale, lower. Now to make our way into full Dhanurasana, we'll take our arms and reach behind us. And we'll wrap our hands around the outside of our ankles, and we will press our legs into our hands as that draws our chest up and out as we open up our heart. Exhale, release back down to your mat. Go ahead and let's come onto our knees, sitting back on your heels. Now for camera purposes, I'm going to face you so you can really see what I'm about to do. Place your hands out in front of you, and we'll take our thumbs and place them on the inside as we wrap our 4 fingers around our thumb. We'll begin to deeply massage into our digestive system as if you're kneading bread. But I want it to be, not that it's painful, but it's not like a nice Swedish massage. You actually really want to press into your digestive system. Then you're going to hold there, and you may feel a little bit of a pain, tiny, tiny little pinch. Then you forward fold, dropping your forehead down to your mat as you press into your digestive system. As you do this, continue to take full, deep breaths all the way down to your pelvis, into your core. This is an excellent detox for you. Slowly begin to bring yourself back up. And we'll release our hands, maybe just shake out your fingertips just a little. And then again, I'm going to go back onto my mat so you can see me. I'm going to extend my legs out in front, making sure that we are on our sit bones. And we're going to do a forward fold. As I inhale, reach my arms up and over. I'm going to reach up and out of my pelvis as I still have that long line through my spine. And then I exhale, forward fold. And for you, you may not come down as far as your pose does not need to look like my pose. Just allow your forehead to drop down as much as you can. And remember to breathe. Inhale in through your nose. Exhale out through your nose. Allow your inhalation to bring you back up through center. We're going to get into another deep twist. We'll take our right leg, cross it over our left, and take your left leg and wrap it around the right side of your body. As you're sitting up, we'll take your right hand behind your spine as close to the sacrum as possible, and we'll take our left leg, left arm, and press that elbow into your right knee. And begin to look behind your shoulder. And making sure that you're twisting from your navel, not to your neck. That's where we're going to really get that deep twist and detoxify your body as if you are rinsing a rag. That's what we're technically doing here to all your digestive system and your organs. You'll come back through center as you look forward and then bring your torso back. Release your legs out in front of you. Maybe gently kind of shake them out as they were just kind of tangled up on your body. Again, come back onto your sit bones. And we'll do the opposite side. Taking your left leg. Oh, I just took my right leg. One moment. There we go. Left leg over my right. And take my right leg, wrap it around. My left hand will go down to the mat behind my spine. Right arm twists over my left leg. Again, twisting through my navel, looking over my shoulder. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Let it go. Come back through center. Release your legs out in front of you. Maybe gently shaking them out. Bring the soles of your feet down to your mat, about hip distance apart. Extending your arms out in front, we'll lower all the way down onto our backs, one vertebrae at a time. With my knees bent and the soles of my feet down on the mat, I'll extend my arms out on the mat, and the back of your heels gently graze your fingertips. And begin to lift your pelvis off your mat up towards the sky. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Option to stay here. Option B, to take it a little further, rolling onto your shoulders as you clasp your hands. Can you walk your feet in towards your body, finding more length and lift towards the sky? And slowly exhale, rolling the spine slowly back down to your mat. And let's hug your knees into your chest. We'll bring the soles of our feet back down to our mat, and we'll heel toe our feet to the outer edges of our mat, and we'll drop our knees over to one side. Inhale, come back through center, and exhale, allowing them to fall to the other. And do a few more of these at your own time, allowing yourself just to feel it out with your breath. We'll come back to center, hug the knees back into your chest, bringing the soles of the feet together as you take your knees out wide, laying on your back, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. Placing your hands just below your navel. Reconnecting to your breath. As you take a deep breath in, feeling your hands rise. And again, seeing the colors red, orange, and yellow flowing through your belly to your sacrum. And exhale, letting go. You have the option to stay here, or option B, come into Shavasana, extending your legs out in front of you. This is our most important pose of our practice. It is here where all the healing takes place. Let go of your breath and just completely give into your mat. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, coming back into your body and rolling off onto one side. Fetal position, your first ever yoga pose. And when you're ready, begin to press yourself up in a comfortable seated position of your choice. Placing your hands over your navel and breathing into a place of being grateful for your strong and healthy body. We'll bring our palms together at prayer. The light within me honors the light within you and all beings everywhere. Namaste, yogi.